Good morning, everybody. It's Pete Cohen. It is 6:57 and 52 seconds. And yes, it is most definitely coming home, isn't it? I wanted to come on just a few minutes early because I'm just so excited. I can't contain myself because England have won the World Cup. It is the 16th of July, Monday the 16th of July. We are world champions. Can you believe it? England have won the World Cup. Some of the crowd are on the pitch. They think it's all over. It is now. England are the world football champions. Isn't it amazing? Congratulations, everybody that's been a part of this incredible journey. The 16th of July, England beat Belgium 4-0. It was an amazing game, and I just can't believe it. I bet you guys can't believe it either. How does it feel to be, if you're English, or maybe any fan of football, or any fan of anything, to see a team overcome the odds, to do something which many people never thought would happen? That England would win the World Cup. You've got to be joking. That will never happen. It will never, ever, ever happen. It just can't happen. I mean, look, since 1966, England have been underperformers. The culture of we're not good enough and we're going to miss on penalties and our manager's rubbish and blah, 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 blah. I can't believe it. How many of you are the same? You also can't believe it. England, world champions. Of course, it's not the 16th of July. It's the 9th of July. But how many of you believe it's coming home? How many of you believe it's coming home? Show me some hearts if you believe it's coming home. How many of you believe, yeah, it's coming home. It's coming. Football's coming home. How many of you just don't care? Really just do not care at all. This is the last thing on earth that I'm interested about. Football coming home. What's the point of all of that? Okay. Well, let's look at that today, because what we're going to be looking at is it's coming home. Are you? So I will start officially probably in about 30 seconds or a minute. Please share this. I believe as every week, the broadcast that we give on Monday, the more people that watch this, the more impact it's going to create in the world. So please feel free just to share this. You never know, it might appear on your timeline. Someone might click on it, they'll watch it, and it could seriously change their life. Good morning to all of you that are joining us here right now. I appreciate every single one of you. Show me some hearts if you can hear me. And once again, I appreciate your time, because you don't have to be here, but maybe there's something that has drawn you to listen to me talking to you. I'm currently in Glasgow. We've been up here for the weekend. We had a coaching weekend with some of the people we've been working with, which was just unbelievably awesome. And we fly back to England in a few hours to then go and watch the football on Wednesday, seeing England beating Croatia to then play, I believe, Belgium in the World Cup final. And this time next week, we will be celebrating England being world champions. Now, what I wanted to talk to you about today is the World Cup, but not just the World Cup of football, the World Cup of your life. And I've always been fascinated with success, always been fascinated by things that work, always been fascinated by human potential. What is the difference that makes the difference? Why would someone be able to achieve something that others wouldn't, when we're all really made up physically of all of the same things? Why is it that some people just are happier, healthier? Why are some people more productive? And what I wanted to share with you today, I can see more and more people coming into this broadcast right now. I know sometimes on a Monday it can be quite hard to find it. But like I say, if you have found it, feel free to share it, which is one of the fundamentals of success, is people who have created success to then share that with other people to help other people have the same success in life. So, isn't it fascinating? Whether you're into football or not has got absolutely nothing with what I'm about to say. But when you see the hysteria that is being created, let me ask you the question: what do you think that hysteria is all about? when you see all of these people putting on football shirts, whether you're an English football supporter or any supporter, and you see them wearing the colours of their country, what do you think that is all about? And this is part of what coaching is about. I'm a coach, just like Gareth Southgate, I think he's a coach as well as a manager and as a leader. As a coach, one of the things that you are there to do is to ask questions which make people go inside. And when I say inside, I mean it makes you step back and think. What do you think this hysteria is all about? I remember a few years ago travelling somewhere, and it was before the football season started, and I saw loads of Manchester United football fans all at a service station, all wearing the red colour of Manchester United, and I think it ended in a draw. And it just hit me, it dawned on me about the importance of being a part of something. That feeling that you are in a certain group or a certain clan or a certain culture, a certain religion, a certain whatever it is. People have this innate need to be a part of something. Even if it's a marriage, to be a part of a marriage, to be a part of a family. And that is all just to do with human beings live and survive in groups. Last night we watched a David Attenborough program about mountain lions, and they have to survive in groups. And one of them, their mother got killed, the puppies kind of dispersed, and they died. I think 3 out of the 4 of them died. One of them survived, but ultimately only survived because it found another group. Our lives are dictated by groups, and the quality of the group that you're around can have a significant impact in your life. What I find also so fascinating is how we all want something to believe in. We all need something to believe in. And that's why so many people have put their lives on hold, if you like, because they've put their goals, their dreams, their hopes, their ambitions on hold anyway. I mean, how many people do you know that there are things that they want and they've tried to do them, but they're not doing them, they put them on hold for whatever reason. And this might sound a bit harsh to some people, but what seems to happen with the football is, yes, it gives people something to believe in. It gives them hope. And human beings having hope about something. Hope is when you believe that your future will be better. And how many of you do believe that football is coming home and England will win the World Cup? Now, if you believe that, the only reason you believe that is because you can see it. You can see it in your mind's eye. I can see next Sunday a massive party going on, a public holiday declared next Monday, people just not going to work because England have done something that they haven't done since 1966. And I can just see it. I can see red everywhere and a massive day of celebration. That's what belief is. Belief is that you see something. So when you ask the question, do you believe it's coming home? The only reason people say yes, if they really mean it, is that they can see it. Now, if I say to you, do you believe that you could be healthier, happier? Do you believe you could be more productive? Do you believe you could be more financially free? Do you believe any of your goals and your dreams and your ambitions are going to come true? You believe it because you can see it. If you can't see it, then you're just saying it and in hope and just saying it that because it might seem like the right thing to say. Does this make sense to everyone? It's such a simple message, but the reason you believe it's coming home, and maybe you didn't in the beginning, but you've seen more and more and more, and you've seen what's happened with England and the few games, and they seem to be getting better, and there is this culture that used to, and this is the other thing we need to just address here, which is culture. So we do not live in a culture that embraces you being the best that you can be. Just imagine now if you told all of your friends, listen, I'm going to be financially free by this time next year. I'm going to lose 5 stone in weight. I'm going to start going to the gym every day. One of our members, who I was talking to the other day, he comes from a culture of drinking. He's Scottish, right? And the Scots love a drink. And if you're a man and you're Scottish, a generalisation, but drinking is a massive part of the culture. So he decided to knock that on the head and hasn't drunk for however many 100 days because he's decided to create a new culture. So it's really important to understand that if you want to change something, obviously believing, creating the culture, and the culture is surround yourself with people who have the same goals and the dreams and the ambitions that you do. And that's one of the things I love about the England football team, is because they seem to have created a culture where everyone has kind of got everyone's back. It's not about them. It's not about... it's much more than that. It's about playing for the fans. It's about being humble. It's about actually something really quite beautiful. That's my opinion, and I might absolutely 100% be wrong. But you see, what is going to happen, whether we like it or not, this is going to happen. If you could foresee the future, what is going to happen? A lot of great things. England win the World Cup. Lots of people are happy. Lots of people go out and play football. Maybe people start turning to play football and get fit and healthy because of it. But what will also happen? There will be a massive depression. When England win, after a few days, a few weeks, there'll be a massive depression because people aren't able to use the energy that they put into something and to see it grow. We watch it and we see it grow, we see it get better. It's coming home. And our belief kind of goes up, our sense of feeling adulation. But ultimately, it's not ours. It's not yours. The England football team isn't yours. You might say it is, but it's not. It's just not. And what would it be like? I ask all of you to think about this. What would your life be like if you could put the energy and the enthusiasm that you put into the England football team into yourself? Or whether you've put any energy into the England football team. I know we've got a few people in Sweden here. You know, I hope there aren't too many depressed people in Sweden. But then Sweden has one of the highest suicide rates in the world. So there probably are quite a few depressed people in Sweden. In fact, there's a lot of depressed people all over the world who are suppressing their life energy, their greatness, their ability to put their belief and their desires into something and make that happen. There is nothing more satisfying in life for the majority of human beings when they see the fruits of their labour. I did that. I created that. I made that. And owning that. We live in a world that, unfortunately, in many cases, wants to suppress you. We go to school and we get often suppressed. It's a system that was built on just bringing out a certain type of person who will conform to getting a job and fit in and do the right thing, as opposed to people coming out of school being totally fired up about creating a better world and doing what they need to do that makes them feel alive and makes them feel on top of the world. My challenge to all of you is this. Let's start working, on our own World Cups. Our World Cups of life. Wouldn't that be amazing? And of course, what are the ingredients of winning your own World Cup? Having a desire. Deciding to decide. The reason the football has been great is because there has been jeopardy, there has been controversy, there has been penalties, it hasn't all been plain sailing, there's been injustice. But we like that. Of course, but when we go after our goals, when things don't work out the way we want to, we often give up. Our enthusiasm just goes out the back door. Just imagine if the England football team went, we don't feel like playing today. We don't feel like playing Croatia. We're not up for it. We're just all a bit tired, to be honest. No, because they see a much, much bigger picture here. And this is what I'm asking all of you to really think about. Creating a bigger picture. Creating something where you realise that you have the greatness that all of the England players have. What I love, by the way, if you're interested, a lot of the England players, and maybe they were picked purposely because of this, many of them have had serious adversity in terms of even Harry Kane, who's the top goal scorer. You know, this was a player who failed at Arsenal, went to Leicester, Norwich, another club on loan, didn't make it, but he kept going and he kept believing. Amazing interview I saw with him. He said he always believed. He always saw that what he was doing wasn't where he was necessarily going to be. I cannot emphasize this to you enough, and I just think some of us are so guilty at times of just playing around with our lives and not aspiring to achieving the things that are important. So if you want success in any area of your life, you've got to have a big enough desire to do it, You've got to get, I believe, you've got to get some coaching. You've got to get some coaching. A massive seagull out there. Sorry, I just got distracted. Maybe that seagull believes that, it's coming home. I believe it's coming home, and I believe you can come home. You can come home to yourself. Stop looking outside so much for the world to give you something. Stop looking at things like the World Cup to give you what you need to feel, because that feeling won't last, because it's not yours. You didn't create it. You didn't do it. But what could you do if you put your mind to it? You really could. And some of you, again, you might not want to hear this, but I tell you, if you have any goals, dreams and ambitions, you need a coach. You want to try and do this on your own? Good luck. It's tough. And there aren't many better coaches than Pete Cohen when it comes to helping people win their own World Cups. That's what we've been doing for years with my team. Even before I had a team, it was something I did on my own, but I always had coaching. I had the best coach in the world. But it's not just a coach. You need the right tools for the job. You need the right... You look at the team that Gareth Southgate has around him. Many of those people don't even get a look in, but they're not doing it to get a look in. They're doing it for the greater good, to support Gareth, to support the team. What else do you need? You need the tools, and you need a community. You need a community of like-minded people. And of course, this is me selling what I do, but it's not really selling. It's just sharing an opportunity to you. As most of you in here anyway are watching this because you already are a part of the My365 elite community. The number one community in the world, the most effective, the most powerful coaching opportunity in the world. And what's even more incredible, that just for £1 you can get started and work with us and have access to the greatest opportunity in the world for you to be even more amazing than you are. See, when I work with people, I don't care who they are. I really don't care. I just care about two things. Knowing that that person's future isn't written, and that person has the power to change. Who's fired up right now and is thinking about, I need to win my own World Cup? Winning your own World Cup, whatever that is, just don't expect it to be easy. Don't expect it to be easy. Expect it to be challenging, so that when the challenges come along, you think, oh, this is part of where I need to go. This is part of what I need to go through. Don't be afraid to be amazing. I appreciate all of you showing up here this morning, and I appreciate all of you sharing this with everybody in the world, because you just don't know. And for our elite family, I'm excited to do another week on confidence before we then start willpower. We're going to be spending 4-5 weeks on willpower. Willpower outpredicts IQ. Willpower is the science of self-control. And if you like the idea of having more self-control in your life, then don't miss out on this amazing opportunity. There is nothing better than someone showing up for you every single day, just like me. Thank you for watching, everyone. I know there's been some great comments here this morning that I have not been able to read because multitasking really doesn't work, and I'm tempted to read, but then my mind goes, no, focus on what you're doing, which is talking to you wherever you are in the world. Have a wonderful day. Come on, England. We'll see our coaching community tomorrow at 7 a.m. And if you're interested to find out more, click on the link. It's my personal invitation to every single one of you to find out about what we have to offer people. Take care. Have a wonderful day. It is coming home. It's come home. England have won the World Cup. It's time for you to win yours. Goodbye.